Hello and welcome to Froch on Fighting with me, Carl the Cobra Froch. I'm a former unified super middleweight world boxing champion and an international boxing Hall of Famer. This episode is brought to you by Cobra Casino. Before I start, I just want to say a big thank you to all the well wishes and direct messages I've been getting across social media. I turned 47, can you believe it? 2nd of July, 47 years old. Listen, I had a steady, quiet one. My mum came round to see me. She's recovering from heart surgery. So whilst I just want to thank the surgeons and all the staff at the Nottingham City Hospital. Unbelievable what they've done. Open heart surgery on my mum. She is a warrior, and that is where I get my fighting spirit from. Me, Rachel, and my kiddies, my boy Rocco, and my two girls, Natalia and Penelope, we went out for a steak. We had a nice, steady, quiet night. I'm not going to go big until I hit the big 5-0. And that's miles away yet. 3 years. That's ancient. I don't even look anywhere near 50, do I? Let's be honest. Let me know in the messages below if you think I look nearly 50 years old, because I just don't think I do. I certainly don't feel it. But anyway, thank you. So I've got to address the biggest story in world boxing at the minute, my video response to Anthony Joshua. Listen, he went on a public domain and insulted me. So he set the bar there. He set the bar very high. So anything I come back with publicly, for me, it's fair game. Now, obviously, there's going to be a few fanboys of AJ that are going to get triggered, and they have done. They've been DMing me saying I'm out of order. So I just want to take this opportunity to apologise to absolutely fucking nobody, because that's what we do here on Froch on Fighting. We tell it how it is. Listen, I'm not that arrogant to think that in an argument between two people, one of the parties is completely and absolutely 100% correct, because that's not how life works. But if these two people can meet up, have an amicable conversation, you probably find some middle ground. Draw a line in the sand, and moving forward, just stay in your lane. That's what I'd like to do with Anthony Joshua in the future, maybe. But for now, I think it's safe to say I'm definitely not on his Christmas card list.
So we didn't really talk about the main event last week, AJ versus Dubois. What are your thoughts on this fight?
Listen, Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua, for me, it's a good fight. It's two big British heavyweights coming together in an attempt to try and progress their career. Should it be for a world title? We'll come on to that in a minute. Let's talk about the fight. Anthony Joshua, a beaten heavyweight at world level. He lost to Andy Ruiz and he lost to Usyk twice. And he's still climbing now, still rebuilding, and great. It's good that he's got ambition, even in the position he's in financially. He still wants to try and secure his legacy, which I think he needs to do. And it's great to see. Daniel Dubois, he's 26 years old. He's young, hungry and fresh. Reminds me of when I fought George Groves. It's like nearly 10 years younger than Anthony Joshua. He's not unbeaten, no, but he's lost in good company. He lost to Joe Joyce. He lost to Alexander Usyk. He had Usyk down, didn't he, with that mid-drift blow. Was it low? Was it on the belt? But these are two guys here which have already been beaten by Alexander Usyk, the actual bona fide, undisputed world champion. So, although I think this fight's great, and I think AJ probably beats him on experience, gets behind his jab early doors, outboxes Dubois, keeps out of his way, keeps out of harm's way. If he doesn't get clipped, this is Anthony Joshua I'm talking about, I think he'll take over and he'll beat Dubois either on points or by late stoppage. But don't write off Dubois. He's got a big punch, big heavy punch, and he's going to come for AJ. He's going to stick it on him. And anybody sticks it on AJ, we don't know how he's going to respond. Because let's be honest, nobody since Ruiz has stuck it on AJ. Alexander Usyk had a go at him and nearly stopped him. Beat him twice, didn't he? So if Dubois goes for him, he's full of confidence before the fight and he believes in himself, there could be an upset. But the upset would be AJ losing. I think he wins. But what I've got beef with at the minute, I've got more beef. I've never got beef. Have I got beef? I've got beef with something. I don't think...
It's an opinion.
It's an opinion. Rein me in, Rachel. Listen, I don't see how this fight is for an IBF world title. I don't see how who wins this fight gets their hands held high, holding that lovely red and gold belt. I don't know. It should be for an interim title. It'd be good if it was for the British title. Good old-fashioned, passionate Lord Lonsdale belt. The best British, the British titles. It's one of the best in the business early doors. This is two British fighters who have lost to the champion, Usyk. The IBF world title, for me, didn't need to be vacated. They didn't need to take that off Usyk. Usyk's the bona fide, undisputed world champion. And now AJ and Dubois get to fight for the world title. You can't hold your hand at the end of that fight and call yourself a world champion, surely. You've both lost to Usyk. Dubois has been beaten to Usyk once. AJ's lost to him twice. So It's not fair.
So why did they take it off him then?
Well, listen, politics gets involved in boxing. So you've got Bricktop, you've got Eddie Hearn, you've got Turkey Al Sheikh, and there's a lot of money involved. So obviously the IBF have decided, however they've come to the conclusion that this belt now is on the line. It's vacant. I don't think this belt should be vacant. This belt should be firmly in the grasp of Alexander Usyk, and whoever wins this fight should be given the chance, the opportunity to then go and fight the champion. When I fought for that red and gold belt there, I boxed the IBF champion, unbeaten, Froch Bute, Romanian-Canadian, Froch Bute, unbeaten with a high knockout percentage. Not many people thought I could win, but I fought him in a 5-round absolute whitewash because I was charged. I was ready to become world champion for the 3rd time. And I went in there and I ripped the belt off the champion. And I think this fight being made for the IBF title, it dilutes the belt. It takes away from what it is to become a world champion. And whoever wins this title, they're going to be crowned IBF world champion. But everybody deep down knows that this fight is actually just an eliminator for the interim. And maybe that's why Wembley Stadium's not sold out. There's thousands of tickets left available. If you go onto the website, you can still buy tickets. And certain people gloat about selling out Wembley and how many they've sold and how many times they've done it. Listen, first never follows. The biggest fight post-war, 80,000 at Wembley Stadium. Froch Groves, look it up, 2014. I don't mention it much. But anyway, this fight is between 2 top British fighters, and I'd like to see it for the British title, not for the IBF World Championship.
So you don't think this is a mega fight? Let's go through recent, well, not so recent.
Listen, if it was a mega fight, it'd be sold out, wouldn't it? It's not sold out yet.
So we're going to Froch Groves, AJ Klitschko, AJ...
Great fight. Listen, AJ Klitschko, great fight. That was after my fight with Groves. I was there ringside commentating on that. AJ got flattened. All right, he got flattened by an old man who was 42 years old, sat on the sofa for 18 months, and he made hard work of it. But he still climbed off the canvas to win and defend his world title. Go on.
AJ Povetkin, Fury White.
AJ Povetkin, it's not a bad fight. Povetkin was getting old, you know. Povetkin's not the best ever. Look at his resume. He was a decent champion at the time, and AJ beat who was put in front of him. But it's not a great win. But it was good. It was at Wembley Stadium, and it was busy. I was there. I enjoyed it.
Fury White, and now AJ Dubois.
Fury Dylan White.
What I'm trying to say is, where does this fight rank with the others?
Listen, I think it's at the bottom of the list. Because Tyson Fury he's coming off their big wins with Deontay Wilder. White was making a lot of noise. There was a bit of beef there, but White got wiped out with that uppercut, flattened. Fury put on a good performance. That was probably number 3, closely behind Anthony Joshua against Klitschko. The first one for me was me and Groves. It had to be. First never follows, like I said. That was the biggest fight post-war. Then you've got AJ Klitschko. That was a great night. I was there that night, and I was proud of AJ for climbing off the canvas. But he made hard work of it, let's be honest. And then you've got AJ Povetkin, and then you've got Tyson Fury and Dylan White, and I think you've got AJ Povetkin. But this fight, being at Wembley Stadium, I think the fact that it's not sold out shows you what kind of fight it is and what people think of this fight. This fight maybe should be for the British title, maybe it should be at the O2 Arena. Listen, that's probably a little bit harsh and unrealistic, but it's obviously not what people are trying to portray it is, because Wembley Stadium, there's thousands of tickets left available. Listen, but bottom line, it's a good, strong undercard. AJ Dubois is a good fight. It's great. We're all about the world title. Put the politics of that aside. It's a good fight. It's going to be a good show. I'll probably be there. You might even see me in the crowd swinging. I could be on the undercard, letting shots go in the crowd. But yeah, listen, let me know what you think. Another thing that a lot of people are writing in about, and I've noticed, the ticket prices are very high. We're in a cost of living crisis at the minute, and the ticket prices seem to be way above the RPI index or the national rate of inflation. I don't know why, but that may be a reason why they've not sold as fast as I thought these would have sold. Mind you, I'm contradicting myself when I'm saying they're going to sell fast, but I just think that people are dying to get, they're eagerly anticipating and waiting for a big fight to happen in Britain. So you would have expected this to be sold straight away. But like I said earlier, maybe it's not that big, maybe it's not capturing the imagination, or maybe it's the high ticket prices. You let me know what you think, but that's my opinion for what it's worth. Before I wrap, I want to say a big shout out to Andy Murray as a massive boxing fan. I think tennis players and sportsmen in individual sports, they get that concept of the warrior code. And tennis is mano a mano. I mean, women play the game as well, but it's one-on-one. And same as boxing. I think Andy Moore is a big boxing fan because he can feel that individual sport concept and he enjoys it. I met him a couple of times. I've been to the Royal Box, obviously. Took you, Rach, to the Royal Box? Strawberries and cream, bit of champagne. Go on then. But yeah, I've been very fortunate to meet a lot of the top tennis players. I was there actually, ringside, courtside, should I say, centre court, when he beat Djokovic in straight sets in 2013. I've been back since, but that for me was a memorable occasion. Djokovic is probably one of the best athletes in the world out of all sports. That's how much of a fan I am. And Murray beat him, so that shows the levels. But this is his last year. He's playing doubles with Emma Raducanu, who's fantastic young talent. I watched her in a singles games yesterday, so I'm looking forward to see how she progresses. But I just want to say, good luck, all the best, Andy. Take care. So that's it for another episode of Froch on Fighting with me, Carl the Cobra Froch. I did that in the intro. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. This episode is brought to you by Cobra Casino, which you already know. And you see that silver plaque over there? I want to turn it into a gold one, and I can't do it without you. A nice gold plaque. Million followers. Get on my level. It's levels. Get on my level. Anyway, see you next time.